I had other plans for opening up this channel. I wanted to do a couple of introductory videos, introduce myself, but then I came across this little doozy right here. Are you sexist? Take this quiz. So this whole quiz is completely pointless, because anyone with half a brain knows that you're sexist if you hate the other gender. Heck, if you hate your own gender. That's it. That's the end of the discussion. Do you hate this other gender? Yes, you are a sexist. But no, apparently there is now a quiz to find out if you're sexist or not. So let's dive right in, shall we? Well, okay, let's see how quickly it gets into quality content here. Many women have a quality of purity that few men possess. What? What's a quality of purity? Is this saying that women are somehow holier than men? Is this saying women are less corruptible, less evil? Is this saying that women are cleaner? Like, what? We're obviously going to disagree strongly here because this is completely batshit insane. 2, women should be cherished and protected by men. So, as you can see, what this test is really asking you is, do you have these specific types of stereotypes, beliefs, or thoughts that we consider outdated and not in line with feminism? Now, as a biologically sexually dimorphic species, I believe it's important that men look after women. I believe that's part of our whole role. That's the reason men are stronger. That's the reason men are faster, etc., etc. So, the idea that men shouldn't cherish and protect women, that's absolutely obscene. So I'm going to put agree strongly right here. Number 3, women seek to gain power by getting control over men. This is hilarious because this is a feminist asking this, right? After their entire movement has been trying to convince men to hand over power to them. So, I would love to say, no, I don't think women do this. Feminism has come along and done this exact thing. They've tried to gain power by getting control over men and then getting the men to give the power to them. So, yeah, I agree somewhat. And before we move on to question 4, best example of this, the He for She campaign, where feminism was like, oh wait, we can't actually take over the world by ourselves, we need to get the guys to agree. So, yeah, I guess so. Here, number 4. Every man ought to have a woman whom he adores. Okay, this question I just straight up don't get, right? Every man ought to have a woman whom he adores. So, is this sexist if I think a man should be happy with a woman he loves? Is this not sex? Like, what sort of question is this? As it is, I don't think a man does need a woman for him to adore. I also think a guy can fuck another dude and be perfectly happy. So, agree somewhat. Number 5. Men are incomplete without women. Disagree. Number 6. Women exaggerate problems they have at work. Yeah, agree strongly. Just that, no, not even up for discussion. Number 7. Once a woman gets a man to commit to her, she usually tries to put him on a tight leash. Okay, this one's awkward because this does happen. You do see it a lot. There's like that old joke about once the guy gets to the girl, he stops seeing his friends, etc. But I don't think all women do this. I think it's just generally the crazies, the insecures, the ones who are afraid their guy's going to leave them, or the ones that just don't have trustworthy boyfriends or husbands. So we're going to go with agree slightly here. Number 8. When women lose to men in a fair competition, they typically complain about being discriminated against. How can you type this as a feminist and not possibly see the irony? How? This is what feminism ever does. This is all you ever do. is you've got, oh man, isn't it a shame that we just got beaten by everybody else? So now we want people to give us free stuff, to give us unfair advantages in the workplace. We want people to coddle to us because we lost in a fair fight. Annoyingly enough, not all women are like this, but I'm going to have to put agree somewhat, just because of feminism itself. 9. Many women get a kick out of teasing men by seeming sexually available and then refusing male advances. This one came out of nowhere. Like, is this a little bit of projection there, Laura Stanford? Is this something you do in your spare time? Is this a thing you're into? Aye? No, you're just abusing men on the side? Wow, you cunt. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm sure her only flaw is she's crazy. But women get a kick out of teasing men. Yeah, I know some do, but I'm pretty sure most don't, because that's really, really crazy. Which is the reason I reckon this woman's probably thought of it herself. 10. Women, compared to men, tend to have a superior moral sensibility. This is the most fucking entitled piece of shit I have ever read. Like, holy crap. This is like right at the start, where the woman was like, so, do you just think women are better than men? No, I don't think this. I don't think women are just born with a superior moral compass. In fact, what I generally think is that women are more likely to give in to their emotions and then do what they think is the correct moral thing, but that might actually not be the correct moral thing. But because it's their feelings, they feel like it's the correct, superior, and moral thing to do. So, no, disagree strongly, you arrogant cunt. Oh my goodness, keep saying the word cunt. This is meant to be a child-friendly show. yeah, as if. 11. Men should be willing to sacrifice their own well-being in order to provide financially for the women in their lives. This is something I don't get. So are you saying that if I'm willing to sacrifice my own well-being to provide for a woman, that I'm being sexist? Like, is that how far down the rabbit hole feminists are? They think if a man is willing to sacrifice himself, his time, his money, his body, hell, even go out and die for a woman, that's sexist? Fucking hell, you people. Ugh. If a man wants to do that, what's wrong with him doing that? I'm putting agree somewhat here because, yeah, I agree somewhat. Oh, you've got to be kidding. No way. 12. Feminists are making unreasonable demands of men. Oh, fuck me. Agree strongly. Holy shit. Like, this is... we need to stop here, right? This is a test about how sexist you are. This is how correct they believe they are. This is how much they believe that feminism is true. Not that it's just, something that might be correct or it's a nice perspective on life. They believe it's true. And if you are not on board, if you don't believe that feminism is correct, if you believe that what it's doing is unreasonable, that makes you a sexist. It's fucking insane. I honestly can't believe they put that in there. Wow. Just, it's so stupid, and the arrogance is beyond me. And when it comes to arrogance, don't worry, I can tell you a thing or two about that, like, trust me. I should know. So, here's the... Do you know what's funny? At the end of a normal test, when they ask what your gender identity is, when they ask, where do you come from, how old are you, I just generally don't think much of it. I'm like, who cares, it's not really a big thing, right? See, in this test, 100% answering male will get you more points in the sexist category. Because that's how messed up these people are. They just think that you're born a man, so your penis told you to hate women. So here you go, guys. Time to see just how sexist I am. So apparently, I am a 4 sexist and a 2.33 sexist. Why is there even 2 categories? What is this? Hostile sexism describes behaviour that overtly threatens, intimidates, or abuses women, especially those who defy male-dominated power. Okay, so why are women 1.6 here? Like, why is sexism on a number chart? This makes no sense. Benevolent sexism perpetuates gender-based prejudice more subtly, feeding the notion that wonderful but weak women need help. Wait, okay, I'm not going to read this because it's dumb, but also the average woman's a 2 here, and the average man is a 2.3. So you're telling me that men are 0, what? Is that 11% more? Like 15% more? Sexist than the average woman when it comes to benevolent sexism? This is so stupid. Like, look, I have like ridiculously high scores because I'm apparently like son of the devil, right? But like average man 2.24, average woman 1.6, average man 2.3, average woman 2. This is so stupid. Even to like try and prove that people are sexist, that men are more sexist than women. Like, this is the dumbest test I've seen in ages. Okay, so serious talk. How many of those questions could actually be categorized as sexist? None. Like, almost... in fact, I think none. Because none of them said, do you dislike women for this? Or do you ever feel that men are blah blah blah? Or do you ever feel that women are blah blah blah? It never did something like that, because then they would discover that, oh, people really aren't sexist. Because men don't hate women for this. Or, even worse, they may discover that lots of women hate men for things, and that men really don't. In fact, I'm pretty sure if they did that test, if they did it for both sides, you would discover that most women do hate men. And feminists say it's okay. So, instead of making a correct test, instead of making a test like that, where they try to find out how people feel about the genders, to find out if they actually hate them, to find out if they have a loathing, instead what they do is they come out with this shitty little test. And one of the questions is, do you think feminists go too far? Do you think they ask too much of men? Yes. Yes, I do. Because you've done so little in the last wee while. You have found so little to complain about. You have conceded so little ground. You have been willing to put so little effort into changing the world that you've created this shitty little test, this shitty little quiz, and all it does is say, do you agree with feminists? And if you say no, you get a slap in the hand and get told you're a sexist. Absolute fucking bullshit. I am the arrogant Godking, and don't worry, I'll be back.